I don't know how to cry. But thankfully we have an expert in crying. Mr. Mehboob Bawa, shukran for joining us on AccidentalMuslims.com. Earlier you showed me the secret towards crying, so join us on the podcast when it is released and you'll find out how it is to cry on the spot. It's fascinating, I'm telling you. But be that as it may, one of the most interesting roles that you've played, was obviously you were in a few films with Leon Schuster, and a lot of the people out there love Schuster and the comic brand that he shares with us. Maybe tell us something about your experience in that regard, and what was your favorite part of being in a Schuster movie, so to speak?
It's interesting. So in South Africa, Leon Schuster is an icon, and his films play for weeks and weeks. I remember one of his films having been released on DVD and was still on the circuit, which is really a very unusual situation. The very first film I did with him was a film called Mama Jack, could have been 2005, 2006. And the interesting thing about this, I played a journalist, and in the scene, it was the premiere of some film, and we shot it at the Bay Hotel, and he was in this guise of Mama Jack, it was myself, it was Africa Malani, who was a presenter at the time at Cape Talk, and Priya Reddy, who was a journalist, I think, at Good Hope or something. And I worked for KFM, but I was the only actor amongst them. And they were news journalists anyway. So we were in the scene, we did the scene, and everything worked out well, and everybody was happy. And then my wife and I went to the premiere of the film. As we arrived, there's Leon and the director, Clay Hoffmeyer, and they're running up to me. And Leon says to Clay, say jy vir hom. And Clay says, you tell him. And he said, okay, they eventually both told me, jy sien nie movie nie. I said, what? He said, yeah, we had to cut you out of the film. I said, but that scene was so good, and you actually changed my dialogue, and I came up with other lines, and you loved it. You were brilliant. But the running time of the film had to be a certain duration, and some scenes had to go, so you're not in the movie. But we thought we had to tell you now before you're going to watch the premiere. I just sunk. But he said to me, but I promise you, in my next movie, you will have a role, and we'll keep you in the movie. And true to his word, a few years later, 5 years later, they did Shak Shapalala's survival guide to South Africa about the World Cup soccer, etc. And I played one of the tourists, and I was in the film, and it was a wonderful opportunity. And then a few years later, in fact in 2015, I got an even bigger role where I played the cop. He always has a cop in his movies, and I played the cop who stole the curry cup in Pay Back the Money. Quite an interesting title given the times that we live in. But working with Leon is really interesting. In this last film, I didn't have any scenes with him, although he was on set. But on the movie with the bus and the red top bus, it was just absolutely amazing just working with him, and the energy that he has, and the amount of time that it takes, because he's got to sit in makeup, and they put all that that makeup effects in a different face and all the rest of it. And despite all that time, the energy that he has on set and how he motivates you as an actor to give of your best as well is just something to perceive. I mean, you can't perceive that. I mean, it's something you've got to be there to believe it. But it's just wonderful to be able to be. I mean, he's got a really great support base from young and old in South Africa.
Oh no, awesome, man! It's just interesting to hear from someone in the acting industry, in the film industry. You indicate or describe yourself on your website as an entertainment specialist.
I think it's quite apt. Somebody asked me, I was interviewed recently for a television show also about my career in the industry, and at the end they said, so we're going to put your name, Mehboob Bawa, on and what can we call you, because you're an actor, you're a writer, you're a director, you're a producer, you do a whole host of things, you're an MC, you're a speaker. And I said, just entertainment specialist. The girl who was doing the interview said, call him entertainment extraordinaire. And I said, no, that's fine. I'm happy with entertainment specialist, because I do various things. Acting is my first love. It's what I really enjoy doing. But I do a number of things in the entertainment industry.
Okay. No, lovely. One last question, and this is completely out of sync. Just, I know in the interview you mentioned you're very close with your family. Ramadan is coming up. Any special things that you guys like doing in Ramadan as a family?
That's a very good question, because I've worked in the radio industry for many years as a radio presenter, and my shows have always been at night. So when my family are breaking fast at home, I'm breaking fast in the studio alone. So I don't get to experience, performing Salah, Maghrib at home. I make Maghrib at the studio. I don't get to, never used to go to Travi because I'm on air on the radio. So what I'm looking forward to this time, I resigned from my position at the radio station end of January this year to focus on my own film and television projects and my acting, and the inspirational talks that I do and stuff. But what I'm really looking forward to this time is to be actually being with my family, to break fast and to be able to, and I've been doing this of late, and alhamdulillah, I'm really blessed to be able to do this, is that I've been taking my dad for Maghrib in the evening, and I take him for Isha as well, and it's the time that I can spend with him. And my parents are getting on in life, and inshallah they'll be with me for many years to come. But it's that opportunity that I'm looking forward to, and relishing the fact that I can actually be with my wife and with my family during Ramadan, and especially at the waqt of Maghrib, to actually sit with them and break my fast.
Alhamdulillah, shukran again for sharing your time with us, sharing your insights, and inspiring us. To the listeners out there, this is Mehboob Bawa. He's an optimistic, impatient, romantic. Look forward for the show, the episode to be released in a few weeks' time. And yeah, keep watching AccidentalMuslims.com.